Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I thought I'd do a little bit on the first stages of the restoration of my Suzuki GT750 1976 A model. I've stripped the front end, well I've stripped the whole bike, but I'm starting on the front end. The first thing I did was brought some new fork stanchions. I'll just show you the old ones. Typical of the time, badly pitted all the way around here, just in that spot as usual. Obviously the fork ears sit sort of here, so that bit's always okay, but you know the fork clamps are here and the bottom, this is in there, so all that bit is all badly pitted. So obviously you can get them replated. There's a company just near us, Philpotts in Luton, do them, but they charge £200, £100 a leg. And then I looked on good old eBay, and a company called Legend Motorcycles that sell on eBay. They don't seem to sell any other way, but eBay only sell these brand new. I've got a pair. 150 for a pair, so obviously that's £50 cheaper than they're brand new. Now you might be thinking, but are they any good? Well, I'd say they are. They're really good. Some of these cheap forks don't have this sort of bush in the end, but these have. I don't know if you can see that. There's kind of a bush that goes in the end there. It's obviously for the, I'll just show you, it's obviously for this damper to go in, so obviously it goes in that way and then pokes through here, but it's the diameter of that to hold it nice and sort of steady in there. Without that it just flop about. So anyway, this bush is fitted and it's kind of peened over at the end, and it has to be done, you know, in the factory sort of thing where they make them, and it is, so that's good. So yeah, I can't, they're absolutely identical. I can't see any problem with them at all. Really good for 150 quid a pair, so that's what I recommend. So I got them. So also this is typical state they're in. They've been leaking for years. There's all oil down them, and they're in this bit of a sorry state. So I've already polished this one. Just wipe my hands before I touch it. I've done this one yesterday, so I'm going to show you how I got it like this. This has come up really well, as you can see. Finger mark on it already. But yeah, I used well, I did it in sort of 3 stages. Wire brush in some bits, one of these Scotch-Brite wheel, and then last I've got a buffer wheel on my electric drill, and I use, instead of Solval Autosol, I use this white diamond metal polish, which you may or may not have heard of, but it is really good. I really recommend it. It's better than Solval Autosol, and you get more for your money, that's for sure. The Solval Autosol, as you know, we've been using it for years. But this is, you know, you stand on the tube when you're polishing, that sort of thing. But I mean, you could knock the bottle over, but it has got a, I'll show you, like squeezy top, so you won't, if you did knock it over, you're not going to lose the whole content of the bottle. You know, it's just got a little hole at the top. I know that's trivial in a way, but it's just something I mentioned. So yeah, I'm pleased with the result of this. That's good enough. That'll look really nice once the new fork is all assembled. That's going to look great. The original, where are they now? I put them down somewhere. Here they are. These rubbers are original, and for some reason on Suzuki's they seem to last forever. I know on my Kawasaki 500 I had to replace these because they crack around here, but these are the original Suzuki ones, and they still seem really good, as new as it were. Obviously they go there. I've got the fork seals here, so they're all ready to go in. Anyway, I shall now show you how I did my polishing and how it works out. Right, so first thing I'm going to do, I've still got the seal in here. There's not that one, in this one. The old fork seal is still in there, and they're not easy to get out when they've been in there for a long time. I'm going to show you firstly how I got that out. I mean, a lot of this to some people might be, you know, they know all this, but I'll just show you how I do it. Obviously there's a circlip here that needs to come out first. Pop that there, and I would use heat basically. Just get me a blowtorch, because without heat there's a good chance you'll damage the fork. So I shall heat it up. Probably can't see that flame in the bright sun, but it is there. So I'll heat the end up here, so that obviously our aluminium expands, and then it lets go a lot easier. Because trying to get these out without heating it up, you're going to put dents and marks or whatever in the top of the fork, and you don't want to do that. So a bit of heat on the end. Now obviously I cut a bit out because it takes quite a while to get it hot. This is only a small flame blowtorch. I think that should be hot enough now anyway. So turn that off, see if it moves. Use a little tire lever. It's got a nice end on it to sort of push it out. There she goes. She's moving now. Bob's your uncle. Never noticed this before. There's another little rubber underneath. I'll have to look on the parts manuals, see if that's standard. Probably is, but I've never seen it before. So there you go. But yeah, don't attempt to do that without a bit of heat, because that expands and, you know, it comes. There's no damage to the top. So that's all good. One other thing that's worth mentioning, I've just it's all cooled down now obviously, and I've just given it a bit of a wipe over. Still a lot of grind to get off, but it's free of oil. I've wiped it out in there. I'm going to clean it all out in there. But one thing I will mention before I continue with that bit, when I strip these down, this Allen bolt which goes in this damper here, obviously that's screwed into there, so it'd normally be sitting inside it, sort of like that. And these Allen bolts can be a bitch to undo, because as it's tight, when you try to undo it, this turns round. At the same time, you're trying to undo it with an Allen key, and the whole damper rod turns inside. So it's very difficult to sort of I mean, you can put something down there possibly to sort of wedge it and hold it, but the easiest way to undo them is, if I take that out, show you, if I put that back in there, so that's how it would look, like that. Yeah, so I would hit the end of the Allen bolt with a short extension, like so, and give it a good donk, 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 like so. Then that Allen bolt will come undone, because it's just hitting it on the end pretty much undoes it anyway. It frees it off. So yeah, you need something like that to get in there, just like that. Give it a good donking on the end, and then the Allen bolt will be undone, and then it will just come out easy. So that's how I do that. But as I say, very often they're tight and then they won't separate, but that does the job. So there you go, not forgetting the copper washer. You can use the copper washer again, it'll be fine. I mean, you can change it if you like, but you don't have to. And we'll put that over there for now. Right, so on to the next stage of cleaning it up. So this has got quite a few, I'll put it in the sunlight there, quite a few marks in the aluminium, which I'm going to attempt to remove, because you know, you can just polish it of course, but those marks will still show up. You need to get them out, and I'll probably use wet and dry to do that. But first thing I do is get all this crud off. I mean, you can use degreaser obviously, but I've just wiped it, but you know, that's not a big deal. But I shall use so I've just got an electrical wire brush. These were originally lacquered, and some of the lacquer is just coming off with this now. You can re-lacquer them afterwards, I probably won't bother. Should be wearing my ear protectors really. The drill's quite loud. Oh, there we have it. That's got all the main crud off. It's just dirty aluminium now really. Cleaned in there as well, cleaned all that groove out. So yeah, so now I'm going to try and remove these nasty dongs and dents. So this is a bit of, I think it's about 400 wet and dry, so not too coarse enough to remove the marks. I shall follow it up with this is I think 800 wet and dry, 800 to 1000 I suppose you could use. This is I think it's 400. This is obviously just to remove those nasty marks in the aluminium. Right, so I've moved over to this now because this will cut through quite nicely. Put the old ear protectors on. show you another example of a screw that won't come out. This is the drain screw at the bottom, and I've tried to undo it the conventional way, but it's not having it. So this is guaranteed to work, because people sometimes they try and cut slots in them and all sorts, but at the end of the day, this is how you do it, like so, and then hammer the screwdriver in again to sort of make the shape, because I've squashed it a bit like that. Guarantee that will come undone easy, and there you go. Now that wouldn't come undone before. That's a trick on how to get, it's the same principle as what I was saying about earlier, to undo the Allen bolt at the bottom. Hit the screw on the top and out it comes. There you have it, removed. So on to the next stage. Remove this one and the mopping wheel. I'm only using a little one because it's only a little fork. So we'll see how this comes out. Ear protection on. Bit of the white diamond, just smear it all over. So you can use silver oxide of course, but as I said, I prefer this now. As I see, it all goes black, which is always a good sign it's polishing up. So that's just the first stage of the polishing. As you can see, it's already doing all right. It really is. Obviously I've got to go around the back and that yet, but it's good. I mean, I've got all those nasty dongs out of there. There is one there that again is a bit too deep. I've rubbed it a lot, but it's going to might leave a bit of a dip by the time I get down to the same depth or surface, you know. So, but anyway, I'll come back in a bit when I've pause it there for a sec while I do a bit more polishing. So yeah, coming on really good. As I say, I'm really pleased I managed to get rid of most of these nasty dents that were in there. So here we have the finished result. Appropriate sign in the background. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. Managed to get out all the little there was a few little knocks in there which I've managed to remove. Just a lot of elbow grease basically. There we go then. Unfinished reassembled pair of GT750 forks. Looking good. Nice new stanchions, fork tubes. nice new screws in the bottom, as I was saying. They won't be going in the bike for a while because I've got loads more to do. I'll show you. So this is the rest of the bike in the other shed. You can see I've got plenty to do. I think the next stage would be to get these parts re-chromed, calipers done. Obviously I've got loads to do. The frame and everything, of course. But anyway, there we go, made a start. That's the main thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's it for this video. Forks are done. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.